Hello guys, and welcome to this Volks Wizard video, which is actually episode 5 of Project R8. Now you probably know I bought this car just before Christmas in 2018. It's now mid-June and 6 months have gone somewhere, I don't know where, but I still haven't done two basic jobs, and that's to get the wheels refurbished and to get the front bumper repainted. If you followed the project from the beginning, you'll know why this is essential, but I'll just give you a quick recap. So apart from the fact that I think the car's a little bit too light around the side, you know, you've got a very light coloured paint, light coloured blade and light coloured wheels, it's a bit washed out. So I wanted to go a bit darker with the wheels, but apart from that, a couple of them are always already curbed, nothing too major, but it's just a good opportunity to change the colour. Now in the brochure there is a colour called, I think it's titanium, and it was a factory option. I think that would be quite good because it's darker, so it will just look a bit different to the rest of the car. But then I thought maybe I should be a bit braver, and the Decennium edition came out in March, and that's got satin bronze wheels, which looked incredible. I'm not sure how it will work on this car. I think because it's a relatively neutral colour, it should look okay. It's like a titanium with sort of a bronze hint to it, so it's nothing too dramatic, but yeah, I could always change it back if I don't like it. So if Prestige Wheel Centre, who are going to do the refurbishment, can do that colour, and I think they probably can because they're sort of the top refurbished in the area, then I guess I'm going to go for it. The front bumper is a different story. It was painted, I think, at some point, well, it was painted before I got it, probably when the last owner took possession, when he bought it from Audi, and it's covered in bugs now, but there are areas like here where the lacquers come off in big flakes because the paint job just wasn't as good as the original one. So I've already taken it to a trusted body shop. They wanted to just check that the bonnet and the bumper were close, because if they paint that and I go it's the wrong colour, they can't blame me then, because they know that the car that colour is already pretty accurate. Now you'd have thought it would be pretty straightforward to take the wheels off and put some other ones on, but these are actually quite special wheels with quite a big offset, and they are not the kind of wheel you find on any other car. So it's really hard to get the wheel around the caliper more than anything. And to do that, I've got these wheels that are standard wheels, really. They're just replica TT wheels, but they're drilled for 112s or 100s. To get those to clear the caliper, I bought some cheap wheel spacers off eBay. These, I think, probably about £8 for 4. I wouldn't necessarily want to use these on my car because they're not hub-centric. And, you know, to prove how poor they are, you can't actually fit the bolts on very easily and get these lined up at the same time. So to get around that, I've got this. I haven't bought this specifically because this is quite expensive, but I've got a stud and nut conversion kit. So when I take the wheels off, I'm going to put these studs into the hub, then I can slot the spacers on accurately, and then put the wheel on top of that. And that should be the wheels on. I'm not going to drive it anywhere, it's just going to literally go down there and wait for the wheels to come back. So that's that. The bumper I can strip off and drop in. There's a bit of pressure on because it's a Friday afternoon now, it's 3:30ish, Prestige Wheels shut at 5:30, and I can't get there tomorrow because I've got commitments here. So I've got to get this done now, get them over there, and then I can strip the bumper down tonight, drop that into the body shop, because I'm away for like the next week, and it just makes a refreshing change being self-employed to actually get people to do stuff for me while I'm away. So I can go away, come back, and all these will be ready. And also I want to get the car back on the road for July. It's been thorn for June, which, judging by the weather, which hasn't stopped raining for, feels like about 2 weeks, it's not been a great time of year to have this car on the road. Anyway. Okay, so we've got the wheels off now. Just started putting a stud in, but realised probably best to do that once I get back because time is of the essence. It's Friday afternoon, about 4 o'clock now. Just check the traffic, it's not too bad. And luckily, thanks to the ingenious design of the Audi A2, I can get 4 R8 wheels in. No problem, I can even shut the tailgate. Okay guys, I've made it here to Prestige Wheel Centre in North Birmingham. They've been doing my wheels for a couple of years now, and I've had no problems at all. They've got a few bronzes here, and it's kind of like a titanium but with a bit of bronze in it, so it's not a completely different colour to what I was thinking, but I've had a word with the boss Dal, and he thinks it's going to work really well. He's slightly worried about the centre caps, which are grey, but we're going to see how they look, and as he said, it's easy enough to change it back to another colour if necessary. Anyway, before I go, he's got his RS6 out for me to have a little walk around, because not only has he got some of their Vosen wheels on, it's pretty handsome, and I thought you might want to have a look at it. So on this side, because he does different colours of wheels, he's trying them out, he's got like a silvery grey colour, and on this side we've got a bronze, which apparently is a sort of transparent bronze. You have to like do something to the alloy before you can paint it, but obviously he apologises for all the brake dust. It's a working car, and his car gets washed, last of all being the boss. But yeah, Daytona grey, C7 RS6. Can't believe I haven't driven one of these yet, because I think by all the reports when it came out back in 2013, it's one of the first RS6s that actually goes round corners well. So yeah, one day I think I'll have to have a go. Right then, I'm going to get myself home. We'll come back and rejoin this when the wheels are done, but now I've got to get the bumper off and get that to the body shop for tomorrow morning. So catch you in a bit. Okay guys, it's about 6:30 now, and I'm back in my workshop. Before I go home tonight, I've got to get that front bumper off, strip the grills out of it, and have it in the back of my A2 ready to take to the body shop tomorrow morning. And then I'm away for the week. Hopefully when I come back, it will be back. I can put it all back together. The wheels will come back soon after that, and we'll have the R8 closer to how I wanted it when I bought it back in December. So without any further ado, let's get stripping the bumper off this R8. About an hour into the job, taking the bumper off the R8, and as you can see, it's gone really well. The bumper's there on the floor, missing all its grills now, so it actually took longer to strip the bumper of all its grills than it did to take it off the car. It's no different to any other car really, taking the bumper off. On a modern car there are two complications that you get these days, and that is headlamp washer jets and parking sensors. Well, parking sensors are actually really easy, one plug and they're disconnected from the bumper. Headlamp washers not so. Normally there's a clip on Audis, and you undo that, you lose the contents of the washer bottle, but you disconnect the hoses from the bumper and the jets, because the jets are actually screwed onto the bumper. Well, there is no clip on this car, strangely, so instead I've actually unscrewed the jets from the bumper, which was pretty easy. You have to undo the cap. There's a little finishing cap that's bigger than the hole they go through, so you pop that off and then they just go through. So that was really easy. So yeah, loads of screws though. I mean, there's screws everywhere, so I've made a point. I know this doesn't look very tidy, but trust me, it's organised. Screws are in little pots which are marked with their respective areas. So that's the centre grille, that's the arch liner with the collar screw on the top, washer jets and their supporting hardware, a few other bits there. So we're just about to put the temporary wheels on, but these are the bits. And so centre grille there. This was a bit funny actually, because this is actually this I suppose absorbent piece is attached to the back of the grille via Velcro. But when somebody screwed a number plate through it, it's actually also attached by screws, which was a bit of a surprise. This is some reinforcer for the bottom of the bumper, parking sensors there, lower front spoiler, centre grills. Interestingly, and I'm pretty sure it's factory, the grills, as well as these massive clips, are also attached to the bumper with double-sided tape, like trim tape, which I've never seen before, but the R8 is a bit of an oddity in the Audi range. Now all I need to do is get the wheels on. I've already put the studs in, so this is a temporary measure because I had these in stock, but basically put the studs in, put the washers on, and now those wheels are down there, which are not designed for the offset of this car with these massive calipers, should fit okay, and the car will go down there. Well, that's the idea. Let's see how this goes. Okay guys, well that's the end of episode 5 of Project R8. The car's now safely in its long-term parking space with what you could say are maybe the worst wheels you'll ever see on an R8, but they have served a purpose. They've allowed the car to move from there to there, which means my ramp is free for other work, and all they'll do is go back there when the wheels come back from Prestige, which as I said will probably be 1 to 2 weeks from now. There's no rush because I'm away for most of that time. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this Volks Wizard video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, please comment, please share, please do subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one really soon.